we filmed the recent election, 2014 election, the one after the 2012 one, and there were perhaps like a dozen foreign reporters there, and the restrictions were quite severe this time round. So it's almost that there was an opening up and then a kind of closing again. You know, to the extent that you would get followed around when you're walking around the village. You know, you see like local journalists there, and as soon as like foreign media people go in, they stop filming like what's going on in the elections. They point their cameras at you, so you know you don't really know whether they're local journalists or part of the propaganda department. So I think the situation in China is, especially recently, has gotten a lot more restrictive, and you can really feel it. In Hong Kong, I mean, we've actually, in filming Occupy, the Occupy Central documentary, we've actually had people taking our photographs, which I've never experienced here before. You know, you'll be like, you'll be filming something, you turn around, there's someone behind you actually trying to take a snapshot of you, which is more what you'd expect to experience in China. So I think even like everyday, practically, from everyday working, you kind of notice these small things happening. You know, slowly, it's getting kind of eroded more and more until, you know, one day you'll just find it's changed completely.
It's quite interesting. I think in July this year they came up with a whole new bunch of rules. Very confusing for people like us who are trying to do stories in China. You're not allowed to report news that hasn't been publicized by official channels before. So, in other words, unless it's put out by the government, you're not. This is my interpretation. You're not supposed to put it out yourself. Now, how does that work if you're a journalist and you find something out? I just want to say that as a long-time admirer of the freedoms that Hong Kongers enjoy, and as now someone living and working in Hong Kong, I really hope that not just journalists but residents here will stand up and try and do something to protect these freedoms, because you don't know what it's like until you lose them, and they're worth protecting, they're worth standing up for. Yeah, they're really valuable.